Hey everybody, I'm John and this is Blind Whiskey Reviews. Hey everybody, and thank you so much for joining me today here on Blind Whiskey Reviews, the most honest reviews on YouTube. If you haven't already, don't forget, hit that subscribe button down below so you know every time I'm uploading a new video and every time I'm starting a new live stream. Today I got a special video for you. We're going to be doing a blind sampling of two different whiskeys. I have no clue what they are. These whiskeys were provided to me by a guy on Instagram. I don't know if I won or he selected me or how it went down, but nonetheless, he picked me or I won a couple of samples from him from a giveaway he was doing on his Instagram page. His page is Your Next Whiskey. If you haven't already, check him out. I'll put a link to his channel down, or to his page down in the description, and I'll put it on the screen here so you guys can see where to find him. Check him out on Instagram. He's got over 1,200 followers now. He does a lot of posts with whiskeys and things like that. Cool guy, cool page. Check it out. Now let's get into these whiskeys. Got no clue what they are. He wrote down the results here. He just put blind sample 1 and 2 on the packaging. Smells good on number 1. I'm gonna make a mess here. All right, that's 1. Here comes number 2. All right, let's start with the nose over here on number 1. First thing I'm hit with is a nice fruity character. It's kind of a combination of lighter fruits, kind of like a plum character. Getting pretty deep in here, doesn't feel too hot on the nose. Getting a touch of heat, but so maybe we're not too incredibly high in proof. Smells good. Let's go over here to number 2. This one smells significantly different than that one does. Doesn't have as much fruit on the nose. There's a little fruit there, but it's also hidden by this grainy character. Some more of like a deeper, like a caramel note. Maybe a touch of oak there. Interesting. This one gave me a touch more burn on the nose, so maybe we were a little bit higher proof. Let's get to the taste. Cheers. Very fruity in the front of the tongue. We're getting some big dark fruits. Like I said, a touch of lighter fruit to go along with it. It goes over the palate. Stays very fruity through most of it. Get one more taste there. This is really good. It's fruity all the way through. You get some nice dark fruits all the way across your palate, which I love. I love when you get that. And to me, that usually says maybe there's a finish on this. I've said that before, and sometimes that fruity character that goes to the back of the palate disappears, so I'll reserve judgment on the finish just yet. But initially, it does have that like finished character to it, like it's finished in port or sherry cask. But I'll reserve that for later. But staying fruity on the palate, it's even lingering with some fruitiness. So my initial thought is finished. It also has a character very similar to another review I haven't posted yet, but just shot. And I'll give you a hint if you're watching this video. One of my next quick sample reviews that I just shot is for the New Riff Bottled in Bond. And the front of this definitely tastes similar to that. Let's go over to this one. Interesting nose. Just very contrasted to this. This one's definitely a little higher proof. Definitely getting more burn on the tongue. Significantly different character. This one, like I said, it has this doughy quality to it, this grainy quality. Not very fruity, much more on the, it's not very sweet either, so it's almost like a drier, less sweet caramel type flavoring. You definitely feel like there's a little bit of oak there. You're left with a little bitterness on the palate. Give it another taste. Not a lot of sweetness though, much more dry, especially much more dry than this. This one is, it's not super sweet, but it definitely has a good amount of sweetness there and a nice balance of sweetness. This one doesn't have much sweetness at all. And it's almost a little bit, I would say, nutty on the end. It has like a peanut character to it. Maybe even a different nut, maybe like a pecan almost. It's good, but it's just so different from this one. Let me grab a drink of water. We'll go in for another taste. And we'll get our final analysis in here. We'll go for the reveal after this. Yeah, I love the nose on this. I mean, I just love that fruitiness. It's got a great complexity of fruitiness too. It's not like it's just a one note fruitiness. You can dig in there and find several different fruit notes. I'm definitely picking up more of the deeper notes now in terms of like a caramel, maybe just a touch of vanilla. Proof-wise, this one feels, and it's hard to say now, I should have tried to guess at the proof initially. It's a little bit harder to say now since I've drank this one. This one is definitively higher proof. But I'm going to say this one is 95-ish. I feel like it's lower. To be honest with you, I feel like it's 90 proof, but I'm feeling like because this one's a higher proof, it's affecting my palate and making me think this is a little bit lower. But we'll say 90 to 95 on this, but I'm feeling closer to the 95. I love this. I love this. This is delicious. This one hits a lot of the high points for me in terms of complexity, flavor characters. I think the proof is good. So you're getting the best of this whiskey. You know, could it be better at a higher proof? Maybe, but I think it's really good the way it is. Let me clear my palate one more time to go over this guy. This one's definitely unique. It's definitely unlike most things you're going to find out there. I feel like we're definitely over 100 proof. I mean, it almost doesn't taste like a traditional bourbon. I don't know what that character is. I want to say, like, could it be a rye or a higher rye? I mean, there's just something that's so unique about it and different. Proof-wise, I mean, I think we're maybe 100 plus. Maybe like 105, 110, I don't know. Definitely feels higher. Definitely feels hot. Let me get one more taste and I'll give you my final notes. I definitely feel like I'm picking up a little bit more oaky, woody characters now. Again, you're left with a little bit of astringent bitterness. You're definitely left with some heat. You feel a little bit going down the chest. I think they're both really good, really drinkable. But if I'm going to pick a winner for my palate tonight, it's got to be this guy. I just love the flavor characters, again, the complexity. This one's good. It's got some very good, unique flavors. It's definitely higher proof. But I like the flavors over here better. So this is my winner. I don't think I'm going to rate them. I'm just going to say I feel like this is the winner. This one's better. And let's see. Let me do one more thing here. I know I mentioned a finish before. Let me give it one more taste and see if I feel like this is really finished or not. Again, as I mentioned before, I'm no finish expert. To me, that lingering fruity character makes me feel like it is, but I've tasted things before that aren't. But I feel like it has some kind of finish on it. Because that fruity character just hangs around all the way through, and it has the entire time I've been drinking it. Alright, so the lovely Canon camera shut off at its 11-minute mark, or wherever it was. So thank you, Canon, for that. I think it might be time for a new camera. Maybe I might need to start a Patreon so I can upgrade my camera for you guys. I don't know where the camera cut out, but let's get back to the reveal in case you missed it. Blind number 1 is Woodford Reserve Batch Proof at 125.8 proof. Blind number 2 is Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon 4-year-old at 137 proof. Woo! Now, I definitely did not pick up on the proofs on these. I mean, this one drinks way lower. This one I knew was hotter. I think I guessed it at 105, 110 plus, but you know, anything over like 110, 115, I can't really, it's harder to discern the differences, but I certainly did not pick up that it was 137 proof. But this Woodford Reserve Batch Proof was excellent. I thought it was great whiskey. The flavors were good. The complexity was good. It drank very much less proof than what it is. So that's awesome. So, man, I'm really impressed with these whiskeys. This one is very unique, very different characters. It was throwing me off a bit because there's flavors that I haven't tasted before. And if you've seen anything that the Garrison brothers have done before, they do, again, this is a 4-year-old whiskey. They're in Texas. Whiskey there ages quite a bit differently. I don't know if they use different sized barrels either, but they're able to get a lot of good character on a whiskey in a much shorter amount of time than you would traditionally get out of like a Kentucky distillery. So it's very interesting what they're doing. You're definitely getting some unique flavors, and that's awesome. So this was fun to do. Thank you very much, Paul, at Your Next Whiskey. Again, check him out if you haven't already. I'll put a link down below. I'll put his link on the screen here. This was fun to do. I had a great time tasting these whiskeys. I have not had either of them before, so this makes it even more interesting. So thank you guys for joining me. As always, if you've had these whiskeys, leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I'd love to know what you guys think about them. I know a lot of people don't like the pricing on the batch proof for the Woodford Reserve, and I understand that because it's about 120 bucks, but it is very good whiskey, and I was very impressed with it. I don't know what the Garrison brothers go for. I know it's a little bit more expensive as well. So it's also very good whiskey. If you get the chance, I would recommend trying either of these. Again, let me know if you've tried them before. As always, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at blind_reviews. You can send me an email at blindwhiskeyreviews@gmail.com.